everybody. Welcome to the Extra Mile, our broadcast for the commercial truck industry, the only one of its kind, actually. So today we have a very special guest and longtime friend, the Eastern Field Manager for Work Truck Solutions, Russell Savage. Russell, welcome to the Extra Mile.
Oh, I appreciate you having me on today, and I just want to say thanks for having me on, and you are probably the first and best friend that I've had in this industry when I first got into the marketing side of commercial trucks. So I just, again, as always, just thank you for the mentorship and the friendship.
Well, thank you. You and I go back 2 decades, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to admit it, but yeah.
Well, real quickly, we always like to start with a little bit of an overview. Tell us a little bit about Work Truck Solution for anyone who might not know, and kind of what it does for the commercial side of the business.
Well, really what Work Truck Solutions does is, think of it as we help to digitally frontline your commercial inventory. We help in making the dealership's retail site more work truck and commercial friendly. We take that small business owner to an inventory page where they can search by the different body types that are available. That way they're really only 1 or 2 clicks away from finding that exact truck or van that they're looking for. And that's really what we've done is we've digitally frontlined commercial, because it really has not been the forefront of a lot of the dealerships digitally on the commercial side.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, we see that. Quick question, Russell.
Yep.
We're in a very unusual time right now with the pandemic, the coronavirus. Now more than ever, we're kind of preaching to dealerships, if ever there was a time to embrace technology, now is that time. So if someone was looking to start using Work Truck Solutions, what would be your selling points to that dealership?
Well, with this, the COVID-19, whatever you want to call it now, it's really changed the focus on how people are buying and selling. You want to have that digital footprint out there more now than ever. You're not going to see the number of people visiting a dealership, test driving. They want to get all that information on that truck or van from your website, for whatever inventory solution provider that you have. And that consumer, they're going to search digitally. And now is the time to review how you are putting your foot forward digitally. With Work Truck Solutions, we can do that automatically for the dealership. As I had said before, we really help in frontlining your commercial inventory digitally. So we've seen a spike in, not only on worktrucksolutions.com, but we also, or our Work Truck Solutions sites, but on convoy.com, which is a third-party marketplace that we developed in November. From that midpoint in March till now, we've seen a big spike in visitors and views on our sites. So it is very much turning into a digital marketplace for selling commercial vehicles.
Oh, great. Yeah, and we 100% agree. You are preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
So someone makes the decision to start using Work Truck Solutions. What would you tell them would be 3 or 4 of the main points they need to do to make sure they're using it successfully?
Well, the first thing that you're going to want to make sure is that you are taking photos of your trucks and vans, and not just photos, but photos of what the functionality is of that truck. If it's a dump body, show it in its upright form. You got a service body, open up all the bins to show what you can put in there. Photos is very much the first point. Your links to Work Truck Solutions are very important. You want to make sure very visibly on your retail site that right then and there you say to that small business owner, we're open for business for selling work trucks. And we suggest to our to the people that work with us, and this is my free advice for the day, but to put a work truck tab up there next to your inventory for your new inventory tab is very important. So make sure you've got plenty of links on there. Even under your new inventory tab, you can put a work truck link on there also. So that's very important. Another thing that's very important is to make sure that your social media presence links up with your work truck solutions. There's nothing worse than showing pictures of the inventory that you've got on the ground, but giving that person who's searching for it nowhere to land on. You know, if you show, hey, we just got 5 upfits on the lot today. Well, give me some links on where to find them. Have some sort of call to action on where to find them digitally.
I saw one of those posts this morning. Very well laid out. Lots of great pictures. Nowhere to send the people. And it blows my mind. It doesn't need a tag, but it does need a link.
A link somewhere, because at that point, then it's dead in the water. At that point, people really aren't going to pick up the phone and call you. Again, they're searching digitally. They're going to find out all their information.
You know, one of the things that we tell commercial salespeople who are actually going outside making sales calls right now, they're kind of trapped, but we always tell them, get an idea of what that company drives, and you and I both know what you can do with Work Truck Solutions. We can actually print, so it's not just an internet tool. Talk about that side.
So on all of your truck detail pages, when you're logged into the back end as a truck pro, we call all of our users truck pros. So when you're logged into the back end and you're on that truck detail page, you have the ability to print that page. So if I'm going to visit a few small business owners that day, and I know what type of truck or van that they're going to use, I'm going to print that out. And I have the ability to actually customize it. I can put my name on there with my information. I can put the business owner's name on there and add some notes on there that, hey, this may be the truck that we had talked about previously. That way, as a leave behind, it's very quick for you to print it out. It takes less than a minute, and it gives you the ability to customize it. So it's a very cheap leave behind, very underutilized tool within Work Truck Solutions also.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we'll go into a dealership and we see some of the flyers that they make up, which Will and I both know what they look like.
Yes.
And when I know they're with Work Truck Solutions, I said, why are you going to all this work when you've got a tool sitting right in your dealership that's going to produce something 10 times better? And they're like, wow. And you and other reps have told them that, but you have to tell them about 20 times sometimes before they actually realize it. Well, I'm sure you've got some pretty neat success stories of maybe some newer people who've gotten into this business, started using Work Truck Solution. How can a newer person get on board, and what are some success stories you've seen?
So if you're new into this business and you don't have a big book of business, you know, there are a lot of the tools that you have taught everybody within the dealership. But to take that one step further is our 2-minute prospecting tool. I get asked this question 100 times, is if there's one thing within Work Truck Solutions that can help myself or the dealership sell more trucks and vans, what is it? And it's our 2-minute prospecting tool. What our 2-minute prospecting tool is it gives the truck pro the ability to send out as many as 50 emails at one time to prospective customers, to customers that you've sold at the dealership before. So if I've got, let's say I've got a cargo van that's perfect for plumbers, and I got a list of plumbers from the local plumbers association, and I've gotten their emails. Well, I can now upload these into the Work Truck Solutions, and I can send them out through the 2-minute prospecting tool, just like that. And we've seen that the emails that they send out get it at about a 30-ish% open rate. And if anybody that's done any type of email marketing knows that a 30%, that's
it all day long.
Yeah, granted, yes, it is a a dedicated market that you're sending to. If you're sending a plumbing van to a plumber, then yeah, they're going to open it up. But still, 30%, I'll take that any day. And again, that is, you know, the one tool within Work Truck Solutions that can help out if you're a new person or you've been in the business for a while.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, it's interesting. We've got a set of questions when we're on a sales call that we bring up, and we know we've got Work Truck Solutions. One of those very simple questions is, so, you know, when are you going to be in the market again? And what do you think you're going to be looking for? And we write that down and we get back. Guess what we do? You know,
go through use the 2-minute prospecting. You know,
we use a 2-minute prospecting tool. And if they'll tell us what I'm buying in 6 months, about 3 months ahead of time, we've learned the hard way. You got to go at least 3 months ahead of time. We start sending them the truck that they said they were going to be thinking about.
Oh yeah.
And it's amazing what happens just because they stayed in touch. And what's funny is if whoever they're working with currently is not doing that, and you come out looking like a hero. So,
you know, sometimes marketing's all about just throwing your name up against the wall and seeing if it sticks. And that's what 2-minute prospecting does, is it keeps you front of mind with that small business owner. Because again, the person that they previously have bought from is probably not going the extra mile and doing the 2-minute prospecting and doing the marketing to keep them as a customer.
Yeah. If someone who's not using Work Truck Solutions, if they wanted to get involved, how can they reach you? What's the best way to reach Russell Savage?
Easiest way to reach Russell Savage is through phone. I live and die off my phone. That's my mobile office. And so, I mean, they can reach me directly. My phone number directly is 757-687-0379. The other way is through email. Again, I've got my phone. My email goes right to it. So, and it's russell.savage@WorkTruckSolutions. Those are the two easiest ways to get a hold of me.
Oh, very, very good. Will, any extra questions? I've got one or two more.
I don't know if this is a question, but definitely a statement. Number one, you guys know this. I love working with just about everybody in the company. It's such a wonderful partner to have. But even just this morning, working on some stuff for some clients, I noticed a few sites in particular, just the way that my progress shook out, that didn't have Work Truck Solutions. And it made me think of why some of the websites as just general consumers are so popular, that Amazon makes everything easy, even more so than a Target or a Walmart. You know, when you find information, yes, you go to Google, but if there's an encyclopedia type, do you go to Britannica or do you go to Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Everything is laid out in the same template. It's easy to read, it's easy to find, and it's easy to sort through proper, balanced, well laid out information. And you guys have done that. It's a great product. When you compare it to somebody that, even if they have the exact same information, it's just not quite as easy to navigate. It doesn't pop with the eyes, that kind of stuff. So if nothing else, that's a feather in the cap as a reason to use Work Truck Solutions. On top of all the other stuff that you said, the tools, the convoys, the 2-minute prospecting, the carousels, all that kind of stuff.
You know, we were on, it was just last week, Ken was talking about your actual front line and putting your trucks and vans out there, but putting them where the back is facing the road.
Yep.
And, you know, that's really what we do digitally, is we think back to front. The consumer, they're probably not buying, you know, if it's I just say 2,500, 3,500, they want to know what's on the back of it. And that's why our focus from the very, very beginning was from back to front, because the body is what sells, or the upfit, or the bin package is what that, you know, small business owner, you know, it's all about functionality, the vocation. So that's really what we concentrated on.
Oh, absolutely. Russell, if you could say there's a couple of key mistakes that dealers make, what are those and how can they avoid them?
So one of the key mistakes, and you and I talk about this a lot, is just turning it on and hoping it works. Yes, there are very many tools that immediately are going to help you out, but we provide so many more tools that can help you, again, go the extra mile. No pun intended, obviously. But our 2-minute prospecting. Another thing is our network inventory finder. I had a dealership call me up that I had signed up not even a month ago, and they said, they're like, man, you weren't kidding with the network inventory finder. And what that is it's a locator that, again, it thinks back to front.
Right.
And what used to be a 2, 3, 4 hour exercise of trying to locate a truck that, one, has the exact upfit that you're looking for, and two, is available for trade. I've heard stories of people giving up because they can't find a truck. Well, they called me up and said, Russell, you're not kidding. They said it really was 2 or 3 clicks away. You told the solution itself, it tells you where that truck is, who to contact for the trade, and that, to save time, if I could say, hey, if I can save you 2 hours from finding a truck, that's worth the subscription cost itself.
Yes.
So,
Oh, without a doubt. It's funny, when we go on sales calls with someone who has Work Truck Solutions, during that call, I'll ask the manager or the commercial sales consultant, hey, or especially if we're out with a customer, that's even more important. We're out with a customer, their computer's always on. Yeah. And I ask the customer a very simple question. Hey, when you are in the market for a truck, I'm curious, what's your process that you have to go through to try to find that vehicle? They usually tell me, well, I get on the internet, I search here, I search there.
Or I got a guy. Yeah.
I've got a guy, and he doesn't have what I want. I said, well, let me ask you a question. Is your computer on? And it always is. They go, yes. I said, well, do me a favor. Go to our website, whatever dealership I'm with. It could be, www. Classic Chevy or whatever. And they go to the website, and then I just say, look across the top and tell me what stands out. And they right away, work trucks. Yep. And I say, click that tab. They click it and they go, wow. And after we get the wow, I say, well, here, let's have some fun. What do you think you're going to be looking for next? We're going to need a service body. I say, scroll across. And they find the picture of the service body. They click it, wham. And I get our second wow. And I always say the power of any tool is how many wows you can get. If you get 2 wows, you're there. So I appreciate that. I know you had a great story about, and one of the dealers was telling me about this, Far West, young guy, he was a porter, and he wanted to get into commercial and kept bugging him and bugging him and bugging him. Finally, to let him do it, he somehow came across, they had Work Truck Solutions. He came across it, started using it. If you talk about 2-minute prospecting, he was probably doing 10-minute prospecting. Yeah. He was sending, you could send the sheets out where they can see everything about the truck. And every time he called on somebody, he was sending trucks. He kept active on it. Within, I would say, 3 to 4 months, he was already up to 10 sales a month. And 90% of them were coming from Work Truck Solutions. So it is a powerful tool. Any last minute comments by either guy about the tool and how it can work for you?
Well, Russell, before you go, I just want to say that for our Zoom followers here, I'm really enjoying the paranormal activity that's going on with Ken's screen right now.
Oh yeah, phasing in and out. Yeah, there it is.
I'm gone. I only have arms in the head.
I didn't know Casper had a cousin.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm back.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I got to adjust my lighting. I've had a little bit of a problem. What happened to my other shoulder? Let's get rid of that.
But you're talking about the dealer trade network, and something that I've found as an underrated aspect of it too is, how many people, again, whether it's trucks or something else, go online to compare products.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's better? Which one fits my business better? Should I go 2,500, 3,500? Should I go 10 foot, 12 foot, whatever? You can do that very, very easily and very, very quickly on Work Truck Solutions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And visit who knows how many dealerships. Whereas even prior to that or some other form, you were going dealership by dealership by dealership, doing the same thing that everybody else used to do, basically to the point where either you get lucky or you give up. And those are really the only two outcomes there. So to sit there and go, okay, which one is best for me, or I have questions about this one, and call that truck pro to compare. Yeah. That is another added aspect as to why Work Truck Solutions is so great.
Well, that, and you talked about searching and hunting and pecking, and it's hard to quantify how many times you missed out on that prospective small business owner, because let's say they were looking for a flatbed, and even though you may have had a flatbed on your lot, you digitally weren't showing it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, when I got into this side of the business 2 years ago, when you went on a dealer's retail site, if it had an upfit on it, it didn't talk about it. It had no upfit information. Yeah. Even if it showed a picture of it being a flatbed, it probably just said it was a crew cab. Yep. And the worst part is that the price reflected just the price of the chassis. So not only am I missing out on a bunch of data points that are very, very important, now I'm advertising a price that isn't correct. So if that person did pick up the phone and said, hey, yeah, I think I'm interested in that flatbed. It looks like a flatbed in that picture, but it's not telling me it's a flatbed. But at $42,000, I'll take a ringer on it. And then they're like, well, actually, it's $55,000. I've got a $12,000 body on it. And now, through no fault of your own, just because, once a truck, leaves the factory, at that point, a website thinks, oh, job well done. We got all the information through the VIN. Mm-hmm. And now to that consumer, your false advertising price, which is not the best first, second, or third step forward that you want to take.
And if you do that, they are going to call, but that'll be the last call. That's the last call you're ever going to get.
Yes.
Absolutely. Oh, it's crazy. Well, I'll tell you, it's a valuable tool, and for people who use it correctly and do what you tell them to do, Russell. Yep. I think 100% success. I mean, that's how valuable the tool is and how powerful the tool is. And we recommend it to every dealership we go into. And it's amazing what it can do. Russell, number one, Will and I both thank you for your wonderful friendship.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Number two, we appreciate you as part of this industry and all you do. I mean, we only hear great things from your customers, and so
I pay them well to say good things about me. So.
You must have paid me exceptionally well. I'll thank you. So, but to wrap it up, for all of you out there, if you haven't tried Work Truck Solutions, or you tried them at one time and you stopped, chances are you weren't using it effectively. So now, there's never been a better time than right now, where you can't get out, where you're not encouraged to get out, where you have a tool that can put you in front of people with the kind of vehicle they're driving. And it's amazing. So now more than ever, we value this tool.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Russell, any final words?
No, just a big thank you again for being a friend, both of y'all. And I really appreciate it. And if I could just plug my contact info one more time.
Go for it.
So, so it's Russell Savage. Again, I'm with Work Truck Solutions. You can reach me directly on my phone at 757-687-0379. And you can email me at any time also, and it's russell.savage@worktrucksolutions.com. I think it's the second or third longest email ever, but it'll get to me.
Hey, but it's easy to remember. That's the good thing about
it.
So, well, we appreciate you very much, and we will have you back.
All right, appreciate
on the extra mile. So, and for all of you who will be viewing this and listening. It'll be on both our podcast, right, Will?
Yeah, I think we should start calling these ZoomCasts.
ZoomCast.
I think that's
Done.
the phrase we're going to go with here. Yeah.
Done.
Like that.
ZoomCast, and then it'll be multi-purpose.
You're going to have to hurry up and trademark that.
Yeah.
We'll send it, and then we'll also have it on our podcast as well. So again, Russell, a big thank you for taking your time today.
Thank you.
And we'll be back. And hey, as soon as people are traveling again, you're going to have to be at our next Ultimate Boot Camp.
Oh, I don't miss them.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank
Will,
you.
Any final words?
Nah, we're good, man. We're
great.
This is
well,
excellent.
great. And for all you who listen in, thank you so much for joining. If you've got questions, you've got Russell's number and email address. And it's easy to find us too, Will at commercialtrucktraining.com and Ken at coachkentaylor.com. My name. So very, very easy. Thank you so much, Russell.
Thank
Will,
you.
thanks for joining us too.